Good evening now, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? We are back here on twitch.tv/Invul Esports. Once again, I am Enix and I'll be helping take you through all of the action this evening. And I'm again joined by Eris. And we are here for Invul Esports versus SIC Esports in the Division 3/4 playoffs upper bracket final. Eris, how's it going?
I'm tired.
Bro, aim.
um, this will be our final series of the night. Maybe
Indeed.
maybe there'll be two series tomorrow.
Depending on the outcome of this one, there may only be one.
Hopefully, there's only one tomorrow.
Indeed.
Wait, no, there will be the lower bracket tomorrow as well. If we could have three series tomorrow.
So, no, with this series, it is win and you're in.
Yeah, I know it's winning you're in, but also at the same time it could be for Lotus. We
Yeah.
we could have a
No,
cheeky.
because the lower bracket finals on Monday.
Ah,
For
it's on Monday.
yeah,
Nice. Okay, they're
yeah,
not cramming it into like.
yeah. They're not just ramming it all into 2 days. Don't worry. But we are here. We're not here to talk about Lotus. We're here to talk about Invul and SIC. Now, I don't know how much research you've done on SIC, Eris, but I've
Zero.
just I've just had a quick look at their record from Summer Split, where they came second in Division 4.3.
How many divisions are in Division 4?
I believe five.
Okay.
So they were the runners-up in Division 4.3 with a record of 6 wins and 2 losses, only having played 8 games due to 2 of the teams in their group dropping out and being disqualified. Um, Coming second to Herning Esports Prodigies in their group. They since beat Natives Talent earlier today, 2-1 in what looks like a very closely fought series. Um, to make it this far, and now it is win and you're in. So the winner of this series, be it SIC, be it Invul Esports, will compete in Division 3 of the NLC next split.
Oh, cheeky.
Yeah, so
Win, and you're in.
we do love a little bit of a high pressure win and you're in gaming.
Well, they
So
played against natives, I do
yeah,
believe.
Natives Talent is the Natives Academy team.
Oh wait, this who went 12-0, which is an upset,
Yeah.
a big upset actually.
Yeah.
Wow. So they've got something to show.
Yeah, they've already pulled off one big shock today. How much of that momentum are they going to be able to carry into this series with them? Um, or or are they going to be found out?
Wow.
This Invul roster, as we've seen, as we've taken you all through the story with them over the summer split, have struggled on occasion.
I
Um,
I do like how one of the teams disqualified from that league is called That's on Grump, baby girl.
oh wait, were they?
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, um, so it will be, at least I think it will be very interesting to see what um what kind of games we get out of this series, because I always find in a promotion relegation tournament it's very, very different to like a normal playoff series, right?
Mm.
Which obviously, right, because it's best of, but it's your league position on the line rather than just, oh, I drop into the lower bracket. No. So winner stays Div 3, winner goes to Div 3, loser goes to lower bracket final, which will be played tomorrow for one more shot at Div 3.
The last shot. Cool.
So potentially 2 games separate either of these teams and a spot in Div 3. Potentially 6 if they lose in a 3-game series today and then win in a 3-game series tomorrow. So it is not quite last chance saloon yet, but it will be interesting to see what will come of this series. Um, Players to watch for me, or the matchup to watch, in my opinion, is going to probably be the mid lane matchup. Migo Beat Boop versus Aruban.
Mm.
I think that could be quite an interesting one to see how these teams are able to play through mid and affect the rest of the map.
Well, just having a look through, just back at going back to calibration, SIC had 5 wins, I do believe. They were in the 5 win column. They're in the same region as Flong Veterans, Visu Gaming Ice, who both ended up in Division 3. And Native Talent, who ended with 6 wins, ended in Division 4. So, don't know what happened there. But yeah, they were in and around some of the lower end groups of Div 3, which, I mean, yeah, it can be said. Maybe they were overrated or underrated, whatever. But yeah, they're in some good company. Obviously, we, as Invul, had 8 wins in calibration with Rich Gang. And look where that got us. Here.
Here. Yeah, so let's throw the form book out the window. Let's throw everything we previously thought out of the window. None of that matters. And it is all about what these teams can show us on the Rift right here, right now.
Mm. I mean, just having a look around of the playoff bracket tonight, what's gone elsewhere? Venomcrest Vipers. I don't know if that's our academy or is it that main roster. I believe it's their second roster. They lost to Visu. Uh,
Yeah, Vipers is their academy.
yeah, oh yeah, Vipers is their academy. Cobras is their main, right?
Yeah.
And who came up? It looks like Rate Gaming against Herring. Rate Gaming are going to be facing off against Visu for a shot tonight
hmm
as well. Otherwise, Flong Main
And against Herning Esports
against
Prodigies.
Herning, yeah. Well, same team, Herning and
Yeah.
Herning. Second team. And also, let's see what else we got. Is that another Herning roster?
Yeah. Herning have 3 rosters in this,
And
I
they
think.
only got 1 through. Unlucky, my friends.
Only one through the first round.
We got FE versus BDG.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about any of those teams.
Never heard of them.
I won't lie, my knowledge of Division 4 pretty bad. Can you ask Eris why he calls out Vacation Man Superman like he did today? Eris, why did you call out Vacation Man Superman today?
Wait, who?
Mr. Loftition
Oh,
himself.
did he call himself Superman?
No, yeah, because he's just come back from holiday.
Oh, you deserve to get called out. You got you're making Slice do all the work, my friend. I don't care if you're Rustition.
Oh, oh,
Just wake up.
oh,
just play
ally
just play
has been slain.
just play Galio, innit?
My word. Okay. So we are getting into the draft for game one. Or at least I'm watching it. I'm assuming we're going to be running with the same setup as earlier, where we will watch the draft back in the client.
Yeah, we will.
But it's looking interesting so far, and I don't know what the priorities for these two teams are going to be.
I mean, I think the first draft is going to tell us a lot about this series.
Yeah,
Like how the
I think
draft
that
is
is
going to
relatively
go.
safe.
Because you could say it's going to go very meta. You could say it's not going to go meta at all.
Mm.
And having Rakia and Erubin on the roster do enjoy some spicy stuff.
Regardless of my performance, Eris smells. You smell apparently, Eris.
Yeah, I mean, I know I smell pretty good, bro. Ask your
I mean,
mom.
we probably smell
Oh,
pretty we probably smell pretty bad today. I'm not gonna lie with how much we're gonna be
I
sweating from
smell
heat.
good. I take care of myself. It's just the outside factors that lead me not to take care of myself.
Yeah, like the heat wave.
No, I smell good today, trust me.
Fair enough. I will take your word on
I'm
that
just
one.
very hungry, and there's no.
Yeah, I can relate. I can relate to that, definitely.
Why can't payday be at the start of the week? Why do I have to wait until a few more days, man?
Yeah, you should have, Lofty, because then we could have eaten, we could have had time to like cool ourselves down. It's 34 degrees in the UK today. It's too hot. It's way too hot.
I
My
mean,
body can't handle
I mean,
this.
the problem is, Lofty. Like, even if you did win 2-0, I can't go anywhere that's close enough to grab something because everywhere's closed.
BO2s are boring. Heck.
He's not.
I mean, he's not wrong,
He's not.
right?
He's not wrong. He did it for
He's
content.
not wrong. It is just for content, but yeah. Oh,
I also need to
but
move my
yes,
desk tonight.
very important. Very. I mean, I don't want to say necessarily high pressure because these teams do have a second shot if tonight does not go the right
Oh,
way.
I will say all the pressure's on Invul right now.
Well, I mean, as the Division 3 team, you would imagine that is how it would work,
Eh,
yes.
As the Division 3 team and also having a very disappointing split.
Yeah,
Granted, very rough group that we've drawn into,
very, very rough group.
but the the fact is you're now fighting for your life. And yeah, the last series against Ruddy was just the first game was interesting. The second game just was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I have no idea what happened on that second game.
But yeah, the winner tonight goes to the Div 3. The loser gets a shot again tomorrow. And if you're Invul, you don't want that. Well, I mean, we are Invul, but if you're the team, the roster, you don't want that. You just want to get it done. Get it done tonight.
One and done. Get it finished, calm things down, end the split on a high note.
And then prepare for whenever Division 3 is happening again. I don't know.
Winter, is there a winter split? I don't remember if there's a
No
winter split.
one knows. It's very confusing. It's like a weird, like,
I've seen a lot of tweets and stuff over the last like week or so, and a lot of like outcry on social media about the lower NLC divisions.
well, I mean, the um, Sam from Verdant, owner of Verdant, said to email. His like pinned tweet was about. I saw this. I posted on my Twitter because it's so weird, and I can't tell if I'm dumb or not. But like he basically is like, "Yo, this guy right here, get at him," and he's like the leader for Riot's EURLs. And so like he tweeted like a thing, and it showed like the NLC logo over the UK. And I mean it's just showing the logos over the regions, but it showed the NLC logo over the UK and not the Nordics as well, but the same color was used. And then someone was kind of offended that you put the NLC logo over the UK instead of the actual Nordics. And then the guy was like, "What is the logo of the EURL there?" NLC, bro.
Yeah.
Like, does like the guy that's the competitive operations EMEA for LOL Riot Games in Berlin. He's leveling up EURLs and EU Masters.
And he doesn't know what the NLC region actually is,
He
or what
does.
it
He
encompasses.
doesn't know what the NLC is. As we are into client draft, I will just change the graphic for you chatters.
Draven out.
Very much confused. But yeah, I mean, Verdant Sam completely right with what he's saying, but this is not a broadcast to just absolutely get at Riot. What they've done for EURLs is good. NLC is good so
Yeah.
far, but they can be so much more done.
Oh, 100% they can be done so much
Like,
differently.
let's not be told how playoffs works a week before playoffs works, you know?
Would be ideal.
Like, let's make it pretty easy. But also, a lot of us rely on Leaguepedia for that kind of information as well. And Leaguepedia's gone to kind of mess recently, so a lot of things, a lot of change. But we're seeing a cheeky Lilia, Jarvan picked up. Lilia top as well. Swain mid. Swain Ari, Trundle, Sejuani. Now, the Trundle, I assume, was picked away just so they can't pick the Trundle into the Sedge. But Lilia, interesting pick into Sejuani. I'll be interested to see how that one goes. I think Lilia will be able to... She is a bit of a tank buster, I won't lie. She's pretty good into tanks.
Yeah,
Varus.
the percent max health damage on, I believe it's a passive, basically gives her a second Leandries.
Varus, Aphelios bot lane. Varus, ADC that we're not being seen played. Varus, Karma bot. Very good, very solid. But it's Varus, again, Varus, not someone that we're seeing played anywhere else in the world. And I'm sure it's Rokea is the only person I've seen play it. It must be the full AD Varus. Because if he's going poke, it's...
You mean the on hit or the lethal? You mean the on hit Varus, yeah?
Yeah, on hit.
I
Sorry,
would imagine.
I forget that it's on hit and poke is like the separation words.
Yeah, I mean some people were doing AP poke Varus, which
AP
is
poke Varus is kind of nuts into tanks, but then you have too much AP. And also Varus does do AP damage anyway on hit, so you kind of got to dodge that. But I think Varus, there is a build out there that will work, and it's very much just the Twitch Vayne build. Now, I know Twitch, I don't believe Twitch goes for the Ginsu's Rage Blade, but I think there is a room for Twitch to have Ginsu's in there. And I think Varus can go balk Ginsu's Runans. I think there isn't a way we can bring it back from the old Varus. Bring him back to glory with the balk.
We'll have to see what Rukia decides to go with this game.
I think he's going to go balk. I think balk is really good, and then I think you're going to pick up a Kraken Slayer. Maybe a Gale Force. Gale Force with the ult is pretty nice. Pretty nasty. If I don't say so myself. But I would love to see a Kraken, I think. As I'm getting some DMs on League, but I can't open them live on stream.
Bro.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Luke. You could have just said.
Well, didn't want to interrupt the flow you were getting on.
So, our fellow caster wasn't even invited to the lobby. Oh no! I have all the power now, chat.
See how well appreciated I am. It's fine. It's a Discord stream casting angle for me for game one.
I mean, it's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, it means I can just sit back and let you do all the work.
I'm currently not watching Dota at the same time, I swear.
Oh my god.
I also am about to move my entire desk to the living room.
The Aphelios Amumu lane actually could be quite interesting into into Varus Karma.
No, yeah, no. I think overall this is a very weird, interesting draft. A lot of things can play.
I think
Invul draft is just very different.
I think the Invul draft's actually pretty standard. I think the SIC draft is a bit weird.
No, so I think the Invul draft is different in the fact that you've got a Swain, you've got a Karma from the meta, and then you've got Jarvan, Lilia that are kind of like sub-meta, and then you've got Varus that's not
fringe,
meta.
Yeah, they're kind of fringe picks,
Yeah.
and then you've got Varus. Yeah.
And then like you've got Fellows, you've got Ari, Trundle, Sedge, and the movement. They're all these meta picks that don't seem to synergize well, and then you also don't have a lot of damage.
Like Mr. Lofticians is saying in chat though, where's the consistent damage on the side of SIC
Just said that.
if Aphelios dies?
Just said that. You got like not a lot of damage, and like Aphelios doesn't do damage until 2 to 3 items. So like if you're SIC, you are just vibing. I mean,
SIC
Trundle
behind, you're struggling.
Trundle does do damage. The issue with Trundle is he's very one-dimensional.
Yeah, me run, me hit.
And he runs a Lilia Swain. Like, it's kind of one of those, you know?
Mm-hmm. But we are about to get onto the Rift for game one of this series. Get your predictions in Twitch chat if you have not already done so. Tell us who you think's gonna win. Use some of them channel points up.
As we wait for the game to actually load. There we
Yep.
go. Oh,
Hey.
yes, he's going for it. The lethal tempo virus.
It is going to be on hit then.
Mashallah, my friends.
Anything odd in the summoner spells or runes that you are noticing?
No, everything seems very standard.
It feels odd to me that the Amumu is going exhaust, not ignite.
He already has 2 ignites on his team.
Yeah, I guess.
It's that kind of like poignant thing of already got 2. Maybe it's better to have the exhaust, and the exhaust is pretty good here to slow down the virus.
Yeah.
And then maybe the ghost, maybe the TP for Swain rather than a ghost. But like they're just like little niggly things, very interesting to view.
Do you mean the ghost rather than the TP?
Yeah. I'd rather have a ghost and a TP on Swain right there just to stick to people a bit easier.
No, fair enough.
But I do like SIC's skin picking. A lot of blue.
Yeah, very, very synergized.
Like even R with a hint of red, the bit of blue from her ball. But then
Well, it could be red chroma Aphelios.
it will be red for Cromwell Fredos if you had the signature. As
We are into game.
just gotta wait. Who turned out the lights?
I didn't know there was a Nocturne in this game.
Oh no!
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Darkness.
So we see a cheeky level 1.
Rutro. What are SIC planning?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Sneaking into the Invul bot side, but the wards are already down and there's no sweeping lens for anyone on SIC here, so they're not going to know that Invul have this warded and have all 5 of them on vision right now.
I love this from Invul. Like, look at Slayer immediately going straight into the enemy
Yep.
jungle. Spotted on vision. Oh, they didn't see that arrow go wide from Roy Kia, so they don't actually know that Invul know about this.
Minions have spawned.
Vision of Empire comes down.
Okay, now
Does,
they
I
know.
believe, catch onto 1, which
Eco.
gives Erebin a stack.
And then Roy Kia picks one as well. Saying, get out my jungle.
Yep, Pinterest. Going to start on his top side. Has the ward on Finsane's blue buff. So we'll have some idea of the Trundle's path. The Vision of Empire just confirming that the Trundle is starting red.
Now, in the earlier series today for the Lotus series, we spoke about the jungle pathing. Now, I'm very interested to see what Pinterest does here. Because Jarvan, as a Jarvan player, you want to get going early. You're not just a full clear, I wait for level 6 jungler. You want to get in there, get in the mix. But he's going straight for the crow. So, I'm going to be interested to see where he's going to focus. I think he's going to probably look for the spot lane. If you shove this Aphelios in, get him super behind, these fights will be so easy for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's gonna come down to a lot of different things. I'm very interested to see how Roikia can make this Varus work. Like we touched on earlier, Varus not really a champion that you see all too often at the moment. Kind of fallen off a cliff, and Roikia and Aegis with the early level 2, looking to do just that, looking to bully this Aphelios as much as possible, zoning Mushroom Warrior and Puhamis off of the wave in its entirety.
Yeah, and you've got a Karma and Aegis that can just press R, press Q, lose half your health, TY for
Yeah,
trade.
this Aphelios is suffering.
Still only level
in
1 as
early
well.
game. Yeah, for both the Aphelios and the Amumu, as I say that, they just ding up to level 2, but
Pinterest is gonna find Finsane.
yeah, we could see a fight here. Finsane moving up towards Pinterest. Erebin kiting around with him, just about misses the claw onto Bebop. And there's Aegis supporting his jungler in the fight for Scuttle Crab. Top lane actually roaming down towards mid here.
Yeah, and Pinterest just gonna say, I'm gonna get out of this one. There's no point in me dying over this.
Yeah.
But I think Puhamis might find Rokia, and Rokia is gonna back it up.
Roy's backing up way, way far to safety. And yeah, no substantial chaos, no substantial lead or deficit for anyone yet in this early game.
Yeah, you can see. It's just kind of a relaxing play for a bit of poke, play for some items, play for some control early. I think this game will be following Pinterest's tempo for Invul, and I think on the side of SIC, it's going to be really following the mid lane tempo.
Speaking of Pinterest's tempo, he has managed to sneak his way here into the bot lane. We could potentially see an engage if Puhaimis and Mushroom Warrior step up even slightly further than they are now.
Rokia is trying to bait this so hard.
How much time is Pinterest willing to invest?
If you're a
into this
Jarvan, you can invest in a lot, but Rokia stepping up that far, Puhamis is like, yeah, he's here. There's no way Pinterest is not here. So he's kind of baiting it too hard. But like I was saying, the tempo of SIC is going to be really going to be coming through Migo Bibu in the mid lane. Just by the fact that he's going to want to push this in and get around the map on the Ahri. And then you're going to be linking up with Finsane and
Bandage coming in on the bot side. Bandage shots landing onto Eagles. Rokia going straight onto Mushroom Warrior though, and now he takes the front, feeling the burn from the Amumu. Both of the Invul bot laners managing to get themselves clear and to safety though. Finsane shows in the lane, and they could potentially threaten a dive here.
Ooh.
Pinterest is en route, and a teleport is coming down. The route's going to come down onto the jungler from Karma, and Finsane is ticking. The Vision of Empire is going to spy out in the flash. Flag and drag finds two. Erebin donating first blood over to his AD carry, and now the demon has ascended. Puhamis flashing out after the landing, the bandage toss to proc the glacial augment, but Erebin has found his man, and the Mushroom Warrior has been roasted.
I like that from Puhamis actually. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, that was quite nice to be fair. The little proc the glacial.
The little I'm gonna root you and then just go back to the spot I was at. It's pretty nice to look. But as you can see, Finsane forcing it too hard.
Yes.
The
this is what we talked about.
The thing was when he wait a minute.
Oh, Finsane continuing to force.
I mean,
very, very hard.
Pinterest dead, yeah.
Is going to go down. Egot's going to go down as well, and it's two quick kills, and it's going to be a dragon now to answer for SIC.
Yeah, and we'll go from the dive. Finsane should have really gone when he hit the pillar that moved Rokia back. But instead, he waited a second, then they started moving forward on the turret. As soon as they saw the TP, they should have got out as Rokia.
Yeah, now getting caught by Puhamis. Turning around onto the Amumu with a lot of damage. Puhamis is going to drop, and Rokia is going to get a 1-for-1 at least. After being caught. Burning both of the summoners on his Varus, though.
Yeah, and this game's getting a bit messy for Invul right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
But like I was saying, the dive should have happened a bit quicker. As soon as you've seen the TP, they should have called off the dive. They back it up. They're fine. The push doesn't happen, but then Invul go for the... Ooh, Slayer, nice flash.
Flash from Slayer.
But the Drake itself, the call was okay, but you don't have your ADC there, so you don't have the actual damage. So you're taking it very slow. You are a Jarvan. You don't take Drakes pretty quick.
I don't know if Slayer and Pinterest can look for this. Slayer is very, very low.
Ruben is just chilling.
Yeah, Migo Beat Boop's going to look for him though. Charm's not been fired. Pinterest is going to take this top wave. Slayer's going to pop back out for a little bit more poke.
They're just trying to shove it in.
Yeah. Nice damage there onto the Aphelios as well.
But yeah, the Invul needs to just calm themselves down a bit, I think. Play around the objectives, play around these kind of mistakes that SIC look like they are possible of making, instead of just getting picked off randomly like Egets and Pinterest. They shouldn't have really been going for that Drake. Don't have the damage. Migo Bibu is still in the area. and then also Rikier getting picked out. I don't really know how that happened. It seemed kind of blind from the side.
Good that he managed to at least make it a 1-for-1.
Making it a 1-for-1 is fine, yeah. It's just I'm kind of unsure of how Puhamies actually saw him. There might have been a ward, so in a way Rikier was kind of in the safe zone, but got caught out, but it's fine. They are at a goal deficit, like by 200. It's just about how they're going to play the next few minutes.
Migo Bibu really enjoying this mid lane at the moment. 2 plays already over the Ahri, but Pinterest snuck around behind. The Vision of Empires comes down, and the Spirit Rush is popped. Pinterest is ignited, ticking away. Cataclysm goes down. Can't quite find Beat Boop, but... And, okay. The Ahri doesn't get the kill. Neither does the Swain. This is a very strong Trundle.
It's a strong Trundle.
3, 1, and 0.
But Migo Bibu took so much damage there, and then Ruben kind of just left the jungler to die. I think he just was like, okay, you're done. And then Pinterest actually saw the angle of the turn of like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna put as much damage into you as I can, and got the trade kill through red buff.
Yeah, really, really nicely done by Pinterest to manage to get something out of what seemed to be honestly nothing. Level 6 just dinged here in the bot lane, and that Amumu of Puhamies is looking pretty damn scary. Curse of the Sad Mummy is available. And with a very immobile bot lane for the Invul duo, could be very, very bad if they end up getting caught out. But it's Pinterest who's going to look to do the catching here. Puhamies' bandage toss goes wide. Curse of the Sad Mummy, though, catches 3. And now comes the Moonlight Vigil. Finsane joining the fight as well. And Pinterest is basically gone. But it's Eagets who picks up the first kill on to the Amumu. Eagets going to fall, though, as after Roy Kia. But no, the Mantra W healing is just too insane. Keeping him alive. Getting out with a 1-for-1. AD carry for support.
Yeah, very weird from Invul. Kind of trying to force it again. They know Puhamies is in there. Puhamies misses the bandage toss as Ruben's going to try stopping this. They're going to probably try dropping Herald from SIC. No, they're going to save and walk away. But it's just a very weird fight. Roikia is not mobile, and Pinterest already dipping before Roikia was like before the fight was actually over.
They are in trouble. Ignited up. Glacial Prison. Tick, tick, tick. Boom.
Oh,
We said Lilia might be good into tanks. Not this one, apparently.
Nope. Not this one at all. And Invul bleeding out some gold here and there. Just needs to kind of find a bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, they definitely seem to be struggling in the early stages of this game. A kill a minute is the action so far. So a very, very fast-paced early game. Maybe just needing to dial the aggression back a little bit.
Also, this Trundle from Finsane is just so far ahead of the clock right now. Got his Divine Sunder already. He will be dishing out so much damage. Yeah, that Trundle is very far ahead of the curve right now. And we're going to see the Rift Herald dropped in the mid lane. But 4 members of Invul are collapsing on this. Finsane could be in trouble. Chain of Corruptions go wide, but the knockup's going to connect. Cataclysm comes through, and the shutdown is donated to Roikia. Good play. Just a good play overall.
Keeps the turret alive as well. But Mushroom Warrior now, in trade, is going to be picking up a few plates down on the bot side.
But you get the shutdown for Roikia, means he gets his item a bit quicker. At the same time, they're not getting too much gold. And also there's an Infernal Drake available. Finsane's obviously alive for this. But he doesn't have flash.
Well, Erubin. I think he wins this trade with the Karma supporting him. Has the pullback with the Vision of Empires. Forces out the Spirit Rush, but Eagets is just going to take down Beat Boop. Oh, the bandage toss and the Infernum Moonlight Vigil comes through. And Aphelios, 200 years. Puhamies is going to fall though. Eagets trying to kite away as best as possible, but will end up going down. Roikia and Erubin trapped in the pit. Roikia flashes out, and now it's down just to Erubin to see what he can manage. Does have the flash, is going to take himself out of the pit now. And Uko just trying to play bodyguard. It is going to be another dragon over to SIC, but I don't even think you can call that a winning fight for Invul necessarily.
It was a very peculiar fight. They found the pick on Finsane, then they found a second pick. Onto me go P-boot. And then that very weird interaction of Puhemi's hitting the bandage top mid-air, so he curved into the pit with a Moonlight Vigil over the top. Very good one-ball combo. And then Invul just... They're gonna try fighting their way out of it, but then they were just like, nah, actually we should flash out and get out. We go with this.
Yeah, the fight, and to be honest, the idea to fight it out looked good for a little bit, and it was good that they then recognized actually circumstances have changed. We probably die if we keep doing this. Let's just chill.
Yeah, and I mean, you could see it. Ruben actually didn't want to stop. As they keep messing with Mushroom Warrior's back, he's trying to recall for a bit here.
No recall for you today.
See a Kraken Slayer in for the Varus, and we also see a Gale Force in for the Aphelios. Now the Aphelios build that I was talking about earlier, but the second hopefully, with an IE third would be probably a very optimal build here. You could also go with the anti-tank with the Doms, but I don't think you need it just yet.
Egus dancing with danger a little bit here in the jungle, just trading onto Puhemi's, firing those mantra Qs. Really just playing with fire. But on the side of Invul, looks like they are going to be setting up to play around this Varus, to play around Roikia, answering the top lane tower with one of their own in the bot lane. The Vision of Empires is going to slow Beat Boop. Charm is beautiful though onto Pinterest, but the root does connect. The knockup lands, the Cataclysm comes through, and you can flash the wall, but the damage is already coming on to you. And that is another kill picked up for Pinterest.
Yeah, I mean the charm.
Very good showing from Pinterest so far, I must say.
The charm's nice, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Puhemi.
Lovely cleanse there.
Oh,
from
Roikia.
Roikia with a perfectly timed cleanser. Ruben now teleporting down. Going to try and find Mushroom Warriors. The route just goes wide.
And Aphelios had a lot of chakrams right there. He did ult for that. Ruben doesn't have ult. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, I think he is just going to leave his supports to the Wolves and try and make his own way out, but I don't know how successful a Ruben is going to be. Finsane is firing on all cylinders, has that lethal tempo stacked up, and Mushroom Warrior is donated his 5th kill of the game.
Oh, Pinterest.
Yeah, Uko really feeling himself today.
But this Aphelios now getting 5 kills. It's not looking too healthy. Roikia managed to turn around on that and managed to do a lot of damage quickly. But the problem is with Invul is that, I mean, Leandri's just got picked up by a Ruben, but Slayer still no Mythic, kind of just sitting there. Maybe he's going to back and get it now. Yep, there we go.
There is the Leandris.
And now the damage should start to ramp.
Yeah.
Ruben's doing damage, but not doing a lot.
No. But now that there was the change where Leandri's stacks cumulatively,
yeah,
we can start to see Invul come alive in these fights potentially. Because there is a lot more avenues for them to be able to deal damage than there is on the SIC side. Like we were talking about earlier. Sure, Ari and Trundle will both deal a lot. Sejuani is much more of a tank, as is Amumu, but the consistent DPS of this SIC roster will drop significantly if Aphelios is able to be taken out of these team fights.
As we do see, the BF Sword, the Crit Cloak, and a Longsword picked up the Aphelios. I assume it's going to go into the Vampiric Scepter, which then goes into the Bloodthirster. And this build, you'll see it just starts healing insane with doing a lot of damage if he goes to the IE third. It's a very nice build for the Aphelios. It feels good to play as well. But the Drake's warning in 18 seconds. Invul got some deep vision. Slayer hasn't really turned up with the team. He is TPing
He's
down.
teleporting down now, though.
He is spotted, I believe.
Well, and Pinterest is looking for this. Forces out the Spirit Rush early. Herald is dropped in the mid lane. And honestly, SIC could just look to beeline for the tower. Slayer now grouped up with his team. The Bandage Shot is going to connect, and it's a massive curse of the Tad Mummy on 3. The Moonlight Vigil does go wide, though, in the Glacial Prison. Does not really find anyone. Puhemis is the first to fall, and it's going to be Finsane following suit. 2-0 on the fight for Invul, but mid lane inner turret has fallen. Uko now caught up by the Swain route, and it looks like there's just going to be a disengage. 2-0 plus the Drake over to the side of Invul.
What an engage from Puhemis. Actually, what an engage.
Very unfortunate to have no follow-up.
Unfortunately, it didn't really go
Slayer?
their way.
Slayer
He
looking for
loses.
Mushroom.
He will lose this.
Does not have the sleep available to him.
The issue there was that a lot of Invul members got very low health-wise.
Yeah.
But they couldn't really...
Oh, Slayer got the red buff
Oh, wow, okay.
with the passive.
The Andrews, I think, maybe, as well.
Yeah, either passive or Leandrews.
But like I was saying, it's very difficult for them to finish up. As I think...
Pinterest insane, brawling. Pinterest tries to take the Hex Gate out, but nope, you can't do that if you're taking damage.
Can't park there, sir.
Uko is getting shredded by Rokia. This Varus really starting to come online. Has 2 items already.
Yeah, and that's because the last fight he managed to pick it up. He managed to stay alive on the lowest of health bars twice. He backed it up as well and got some honey through in the middle of the fight. But yeah, the problem is that they can finally engage, but the only real follow-up is Aphelios. Without Migo B-Boops all, which got forced out early, they can't really find the backline.
Yeah.
And the whole time they're running through that, Ruben is just next to them, healing from them, dealing damage to them.
Yeah, slowly just chipping away at their health bars and shredding them down until they are nothing.
But Invul do have a problem with getting these Drakes, though.
Yeah, I mean, getting
also,
that one is nice. Slayer
also,
is
the side lane police are here.
Oh, lovely catch by Puhemis there. Does force out the Curse of the Sad Mummy, though, for that kill. So no on the Amumu for the next couple of minutes. Very, very nice bandage toss to be able to track through and find Slayer there, though. Ruben might be caught out here. Is caught by the bandage toss. The Demonic Ascension is going to come through. Shirelli popped by Aegis as well. And now the fight is going to kick off. Mushroom Warrior has the chakrams. Puhemis has fallen, and Ruben is now no longer ascended. Rakia charging forward with the Karma movement speed, and it's Migo Beep Boop waiting on the side, waiting to pounce, waiting for his Sejuani to catch up. Can SIC look for some kind of re-engage? Slayer has now respawned, no teleport, but is going to be making a beeline towards this fight. Lovely cleanse from Rakia saves him from the Glacial Prison, and now Insane is caught up. Slayer is here, the Hex Gates have delivered, but there's going to be no further engage on the fight.
Yeah, and of all the people you wanted that to hit, Varus was actually the one, because Varus had cleanse. A bit of a messy fight again. You got Ruben chasing down Uko onto the side. But you can see the power of this Varus right now. Rakia is just turning around and just dishing out so much damage.
Rakia is playing on a knife's edge, as has kind of become customary for him. But he's really making it work for himself.
I'm still unsure whether he'd want to get a Bork or at least some lifesteal. He's probably going to get a BT at some point.
Yeah, I would. With this build, I would probably say a Bloodthirster is more likely than a Bork.
But he is just dishing out the damage. The Cracker Sight seems to be working. Felios has picked up as Aegis is just solo killing the mid laner as usual. Mushroom Warrior on his second item, the BT, as I already said, should be going for an IE third. Just to dish out as much damage as Rakia is as well.
Insane. And Mushroom Warrior has to be a little bit careful, you have to imagine, because when Pinterest can get on top of him with the Cataclysm, he will then just pretty much be gone unless he has the flash to get himself out of that cage.
I mean, even if he flashes, he could get ulted by Rakia, which means he's going to die to a WQ.
Yep.
Like, there's two ways for it to work, but it could go very south very quickly.
Dragon spawning in 30 seconds, and this will likely be where we see the next team fight. Slayer currently in the top lane, trying to generate some pressure for his team. Looking to channel a reset now. Most likely has the Demonic Embrace in base. wants to be able to pick that one up before this next team fight?
Pinterest?
Oh, Pinterest. Forced to burn the flash to get himself away to safety.
Oh.
Teleport coming in as well from Slayer. Roikia dodges the bandage toss, and Slayer is now in the fight.
Pinterest
Swell
just keeps going off by himself on these weird walks.
And we are once again awaiting a dragon fight. Bowling time for Slayer as the Sejuani ult is going to come in. Demonic Ascension down, and it's a massive wombo combo for Invul. The Curse of the Sad Mummy is there, but it's nowhere near enough. And it doesn't matter if Mushroom Warrior survives the fight if he is 1 versus 4. The healing is ridiculous, but look at the Swain. Mushroom Warrior, it is surely only a matter of time now. Wait, why is he not dying? Erubin and... Okay, they find the kill. They get the shutdown. They get the dragon. 5-4-1 for Invul, and this could potentially be sights turning towards the Baron.
Yeah. So, that fight. Nice. No, Invul they found the moment in where Slayer got picked by the... Oh, okay, I don't think we're going to be able to do Baron here. Oh, no,
Okay,
Uko.
so Uko on the teleport
Uko
here.
can clean this up.
Uko and Puhamies, yeah, they're going to clean this. You would have to imagine Roikia.
Oh, Roikia.
Kite's both the root for the room is beautiful.
And Slayer's still alive.
Puhamies might die here as well. All 5 members of Invul up here. Slayer gets caught by the bandage toss, but it's not going to nearly be enough. Migo Beat Boop finds 1. Dashing forward with the Spirit Rush finds the charm onto Egitz, but the Karma has just about enough. Mantra-empowered W keeps him alive for a little bit longer, and Finsane now charging with the pillar. It's a re-engage from Pinterest though as he finds Migo Beat Boop, the stun connecting on to the Trundle again, and Invul are just printing money, printing kills, and dishing out so much damage.
Yeah, Roikia really carrying this team right now. That kiting, also a Ruben shout out with the E hit. But back to that team fight real quick. Wombo combo beautifully. Pinterest gets the engage, but it's a counter engage because Slayer gets hit by the Sejuani ult, which is what is the go button. But it's actually the go button for both teams. Once it goes out, if it hits a member that doesn't really care, then they go. Slayer gets hit, he doesn't care. He sends someone to sleep, wombo combo happens, everything gets sent over into the mess in the middle. Erubin's still alive, Erubin heals up. That right there, very nice idea from SIC to, they can punish it. They know they can't do the Baron, they're too low health, let me punish it. The issue is that you kind of split again. You should really have Puhamies and Uko both go for the same target. They kind of split up. Uko just gets stuck, gets rooted, while Roikia just kites him to tomorrow. And yeah, unfortunate, but it was the right idea from SIC.
Invul start up the Baron. Uko does not have the teleport and is not anywhere close, and Roikia is eviscerating this objective on the crit Varus.
Also seeing Mikhail's Crucible, I believe, come through for Egitz.
I like it. I like it.
He's gonna. I mean, Roikia has cleanse, but you can also.
Invul with the inside track now on top lane. They have Baron buff. They have a double stacked wave.
Oh, we're going to base race, aren't we?
No, 3 recalls going to be channeled, but Roikia and Pinterest can keep going. Roikia and Pinterest can keep going here. Erubin can wave clear. Invul are going to get at least an inhibitor in the top lane. They might trade for an inhibitor turret. But look, Erubin diving forward with the Demonic Ascension. Slayer finds the Drowsy onto 2. And it's not quite enough for Puhamies. Puhamies going to fall. Where... Oh, Roikia and... Okay, so much damage from this Varus.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Pinterest die to Mushroom Warrior, and I was like, okay, fair. He probably just sacrificed himself for Roikia. And I see Roikia just stood there, still in the fight. And I'm like, this guy is a madman.
And they're just delaying the back of Finsane at this point. Egitz and Erubin doing everything they can to slow those backs down. Finsane going to try and look for an execute here. I don't know if he's going to find it. Is going to get the execute. But Invul now 6,500 gold in the lead. Potentially going to explode up to 7 with this turret if they are just about able to take it, which they should be.
Yeah, and Roikia now 4 out of Varus.
Yep. You got you're staring down the barrel of a 3-item Arubin when he next goes back to base.
Yeah, Ruben that fight as well. Just said, you know, you can take my tower, but I'm just gonna take your life.
Do we might as well add as well. Third Hextech Drake about to spawn. This would be Invul's third Hextech Drake, which is 27% attack speed increase.
Oh, jeez.
Just from dragons. If you look at Roikia's attack speed without that, like Roikia's attack speed is going to be ridiculous.
He has 2.2. Also, if he went Ginsu's, he would have even more attack speed.
That is true. That is very much a fact. But dragon spawning in 10 seconds, it does not look like SIC have any intention of contesting this objective.
It's not soul point. It's gonna put Invul on soul point, so they don't really care. As I think they're gonna look for a pick and Slayer topside. No, they're just gonna be running around the topside jungle. I don't know why.
This is either an attempt for a pick on Slayer or an incredibly deep flank. Or something else.
They're looking for a pick, but they don't know where Slayer is. Because you can see Slayer's like hiding. There's actually it's actually two